Welcome, everyone, to Fairy Tales and Curses. And for those of you that don't know me, I'm Prerna Wadhwa. I am a certified, I was going to accelerator, but I'm sure I'm not a certified accelerator. I'm a certified facilitator of access consciousness, also talk to the entities facilitator, and I'm from Mumbai, India. I'm very glad, very grateful for all of you. And please feel free to ask me questions. Those who know me know I absolutely adore and love questions. This I would love for this to be an interaction rather than just me yapping away, which is fine too. I can yap away, but it would be a lot more fun to have your questions and interact with you guys. So what came up for you guys when you all read? I mean, what made you want to hop onto a Zoom call that's called Fairy Tales and Curses? And what would you guys like to talk about, receive from this call? Does anyone want to unmute themselves and talk about it?
Um, so I guess what came up for me was the fairy tale bit. How in this reality, it's a fairy tale to like get married, have kids, and like that's when you're considered settled.
Yeah,
And it's just like I question that a lot for myself.
yeah, yeah. Awesome. Uh, just unmute yourself, Malini. Uh,
Yeah, sure, Prerna. Am I audible?
yes, you are.
Oh, okay. Well, family gives us a lot of fairy tales as well as a lot of curses with their belief systems and value systems, and in the name of love and whatsoever it is. So I've been a part and parcel of that, and I really want to get rid of all of that now. So I'm
Awesome. You're in the right place.
here.
Wherever. Yes, Neha.
Yeah,
Neha
what
Agarwal.
came
I
up?
think I have a few Nehas. Yes, Neha. Hi,
What hi. Is that me? Yeah.
it's you.
Okay. So what came up for me was like, the happily ever after that. It's like once you find or you're married, then it's like forever. So to sort of break free from that kind of a thought process, or like, to understand that it's a fairy tale, like, sometimes it doesn't work out that way.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you so much. So, guys, everything that brought up and how everywhere you are part of this utopian ideal of a fairy tale, can we please destroy and uncreate that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, power line, shots, boys and beyonds. If you've not done any access, what I just said about right, wrong, good, bad, pot, power line, shots, boys and beyonds, it's called the clearing statement. You can get more information about it on a website called theclearingstatement.com. And so I want let's have a little bit of fun. So what is your favorite fairy tale? Okay, when you were growing up, like when you were children, what was like your all-time favorite fairy tale? Is there like I want you guys to think about it. Like, what's your favorite fairy tale in your mind? And how much of that are you still waiting for it to come true? And what parts of it are you still waiting for it to come true? Shah Rukh Khan movies. Uh, thank you, Nambo. Alice in Wonderland, Beauty and the Beast. Hmm. Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, which is an Indian movie. It's highly recommended to watch that. We'll get to your past run. Cinderella, Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum,
Thumbelina.
that, Sleeping Beauty, Hansel and Gretel. So, okay, so all these fairy tales that we've absolutely adored since children, since we were children, and like, when is that ever going to come true? So everywhere you've put your life and living on hold because and everywhere you're upset with life because your fairy tale has not come true yet. Could you please destroy and uncreate that? Right, or good, bad, pot, all and short spoils words. Like, who are you upset with? Like, what is wrong with this world? Why can my fairy tale not come true? Where is my knight in shining armor? Where's my pretty dress? Where is my something that turns? Was that a pumpkin that turned into a carriage or something? I'm not very good at fairy tales. So everything that is right now, good, bad, pot, power, and shots, boys and beyond. So, and this comes from talking on, like I am have always been highly romantic in my life. Like everything in life is like, where's the romance, where is the love, where is the like why aren't men getting up when I'm walking off the table, why is someone not opening the door for me? So what and all that really did was kept me in a constant state of disappointment, right? Rather than, and I've never stopped and asked, okay, 1 second, what else is truly possible with this? So how much have you sold this concept to your children, and how much have your parents sold it to you? How much has society sold it to you? And have you ever stopped and asked, is there truly a reality beyond that reality? um, yeah. Do you guys have any questions? Do you guys want to like interact with me, ask me a question? I feel like everyone's like,
Prerna, I have a question.
hi
So,
Anisha.
hi,
Hi.
darling. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Great. So, do fairy tales really exist?
So how, I mean, like Guy Douglas, who's the founder of Access Consciousness, says that it is a utopian ideal. And how much, and would you, if they truly did exist, would you want them to exist?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, what part of that would you truly want to be true?
Everything, everything. I'm
Like,
sure Access, when it started, also was a fairy tale probably in Gary's mind. And then it turned out to be so huge, right? So, there's so many things that we think of and we
so what
believe
is, yeah, okay, let me ask you this. What does a fairy tale mean to you?
where everything is just happy and beautiful and everything comes with ease. Everything that we ask for is just easy and it shows up and there's
So
no struggle involved.
you believe it's a possibility for you that everything can show up with complete ease?
Yes, yes, I do.
So everything that doesn't allow it to become a reality for you and to actualize for you, can you destroy and uncreate that?
Yeah, yeah,
Right, wrong, bad, pot, online shots, poison. So is it a fairy tale, or is it more like wanting everything to be ease and joy and glory?
yeah, all of that. And the word fairy tale by itself is just sounds so wondrous, you know. It's like when you posted that message, there was so much awe and wonder over there.
Yeah, but I mean, yes, I get what you're saying. So what do you know about it, and what can you create with this that no one has ever been able to create before?
What I know about this is that it does exist, just like maybe curses do exist, the fairy tales also exist. And how do we create it and bring this and manifest this and actualize it into our reality?
Well, I wouldn't. Okay, so a fairy tale or a life of ease, or what?
Both, darling,
I
both.
really want you guys to like go into the definitions. Okay, so all the definitions and judgments and conclusions and computations and decisions you have about what fairy tales mean. Can you please destroy and uncreate that? Right, or bad, pot, online shots, poison, beyond, and all the projections, expectations, separations, rejections that you have projected onto fairy tales, and fairy tales have projected onto you, that you've bought as true. Could you please revoke, recant, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, online shots, poison, beyond. Here's one fun thing that has showed up in my life is beyond the fairy tales, beyond a life of I don't, well, are you talking about magic when you're talking about fairy tales, Anisha? Or are you talking about
Yeah, yeah.
magic?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, right? Like we think fairy tale is a happily ever after, but what what if it's really about choosing magic? What if it's really about choosing to be a walking, talking magic and having things show up in your life with ease? And what if it's just a choice? And what if it's not a how, but it's a choice you're refusing to make? Does it make sense?
Kind of.
So do you love ease, but do you also love trauma attached to ease,
No, I'm done
attached
with
to
the trauma
relationship,
and drama.
attached to relationships?
Done with it after the 30 days of clearing with you.
Okay, so yeah,
By
I
the
mean,
way, the calls really helped. Really, really, created so much ease in my life.
yeah. And what else? What else can you choose beyond this? Did you stop choosing?
I'm choosing, even now, I'm choosing to be on this call with you.
Well, yeah. What are you choosing I mean, yeah, thank you. But like, what are you choosing in your life, right? Beyond. So what if I told you that fairy tale is a construct and there's a reality far more beautiful beyond the construct of fairy tales? Because there's not, I don't know if you, I don't know if I'm making sense or I'm able to put this in a way that's accessible energetically or verbally. Is, are you congruent with the energy of magic, or are you more congruent with the energy of fairy tales?
I'm more congruent with the energy of magic. And I think magic is a part of the fairy tales.
Yeah, so everywhere you, oh, okay, oh, that. So everywhere you've made magic a part of fairy tales rather than a part of your reality,
Wow.
you try and uncreate that.
Yeah.
Ah, I sure we've had pot all like shots boys. So all of you, everywhere, you all have made magic a part of like this wonderland and this fairy tale, and it can only exist in storybooks and in your childhood, and not in this reality. Rather than getting that magic as part of your reality and actualizing it as part of your reality, can you please destroy and uncreate everything that doesn't allow that? Right, chocolate pat pot and shots boys beyonds.
But Prerna, can I just say something here that I still feel that magic exists in fairy tales and that fairy tales do exist in this reality. And, there was somebody that I was growing up with and she is, I don't know what happened. And she was just like, she's a billionaire right now. She's married probably to the richest man in India. And when I look back at her and I think that, oh my God, what was this? What was this? A girl who lived down the road, is now the owner of the Serum Institute of India. I mean, what else is possible? Isn't that a fairy tale, Prerna?
Well, I think it's a choice. Have you chosen that for yourself? Or do you think that's not possible for you?
Somewhere I think it's not possible for me.
Everything that is, could you destroy and uncreate it? Right,
Yeah.
sure, pot and shots poison. So everywhere for all of you, these things about having a life where money is abundant, creation is abundant, you have contributive relationships, there's communion, right? Where all of you think that it's not possible, it's not an actuality in your life, rather than realizing it's just a choice. So, what choices are you refusing to make that if you were to make it, would give you a life of ease, joy, glory with absolute magic, and everything that doesn't allow that, would you destroy and uncreate it?
Yeah.
Right, chocolate bad pot ball and shots boys and beyond. So if you like going beyond like, oh, look at how much life happens to me, this happened to me and that happened to me and this, what would it take for you to come out of life is happening to you and go into I'm creating life as I want to create my life? Like there's this like, oh, this happened to her and look at where she is right now and look at where I have been and I am, right? Like how much is life happening to other people and happening to you, but you're not choosing it?
Yeah, but I'm sure somewhere she maybe or maybe didn't, make that choice to marry the richest man. And it just happened that two people just met and the
It,
fairy tale happened.
nothing just happens, babe. Nothing just happens.
But isn't it sheer luck then?
Isn't luck a choice?
I mean, if luck was a choice, then everybody would choose luck and everybody'd be super happy, no?
Well, I don't think people love being happy as much as you think people love being happy.
Okay.
What if I told you it is a choice?
That even luck is a choice.
Of course.
Okay. Yeah. I'm choosing to be lucky then, super lucky.
Everything that doesn't allow you to choose it with absolute ease, can you destroy it and create it? Right? Show good, bad, pot, ball, and shots, boys. So this is where we could take this conversation, we could like talk about all the trifold sequencing systems that doesn't allow you to choose beyond your current life. Can you please destroy and uncreate that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, online, shorts, poisons. What if you could go beyond the, oh, why did this happen to me? And why did that happen to me? And why is this not happening to me? And why is that not happening to me? A why is just going to keep you stuck in the
Yeah.
past. It never lets you create a future beyond your past.
Yes.
So you got to like stop asking the whys and start asking what choice can I make that I've never made before.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. So I'm just going to quickly read the messages in the chat. All the heroines in the fairy tales are powerless victims. Can we do clearings where we are being and functioning as victims? Thank you so much. Everywhere you're choosing victimhood, can you please destroy it and create that? Right, chocolate, bad, pot, ball, and shorts, boys. What if you could be empowered instead of, I mean, like, I've done victimhood for most of my life. Not very proud to admit it, but everything that happened to me was someone else's fault. So I say, oh, you see, let's blame family, let's blame society, let's blame, rather than knowing that it's my choice. So how much are you blaming? So all the blame, shame, regret, guilt, and all the distraction implants that keeps you being a victim and everything underneath that, holding that in existence, and all the trifle sequencing systems keeping you there, the quantum particle that's holding the Mobius strip in place. Can we please destroy and uncreate everything that is? Revoke, recant, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate it all. That has no charge on it whatsoever. So all the blame, shame, regret, guilt, and the distraction implants and the trifold sequencing systems that are holding you in the loop of victimhood, that don't allow you to choose a life that works for you rather than against you, and everything underneath that, holding that in place, and all the quantum particles holding the Mobius strip in place, and anything and everything that I did not say, which you guys please revoke, recant, reclaim, renounce, destroy, and uncreate it all. Right, show good, bad, pot, ball, and shorts, boys. I think I should just run this for the next 20 minutes. And this would be like good, like, oh my god, I'm feeling pukish. So everything that is, can we please destroy it, uncreate it? Right, show good, bad, pot, ball, and shorts, boys, and beyond. Shivang says, I was more clear about not having the things that I didn't like in my parents and overall family, so didn't think of something specific. Could you talk more, Shivang, if you're still here? I'm not sure I understood.
Prerna, this is Mikita. I'm using his ID.
Oh, Nikita.
Yeah.
Could you be more I mean, could you talk a little? I'm not sure I understood.
Yeah, I was more clear about the things. My parents used to have tips almost all the time, right? So I was more clear that I don't want to have that with my husband. And my mom was all the time occupied in the kitchen where she couldn't look after me. So I was pretty sure that I should be able to give more time to my child. So I was more clear about the things that I never wanted in my relationships. So probably I didn't pay attention more about that fairy tale, I mean, the rosy part of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a question?
Okay, so how do I know that what are the positive things? I mean, the other positive stories that I might be holding, because I feel I don't have such, those Keijo's movie or this kind of this thing. I don't have those things in my mind at all. No romance or no such family dramas or all those things. So how do I go about it?
Are you looking for the wrongness of you?
Oh, yeah. No, I want to find out that part of mine.
You want to find what's wrong with you.
No, what are the other underneath things
It
that
made
I
you
have?
laugh. It made you laugh.
No, I want to find out the things which are underneath my restrictions and my expectations for my life.
What is the question? In I want to find
Those things which I feel that could be there somewhere, but I am unable to access that right now, at least. When I'm more specific about the things that I don't want.
wow. Everything that is can you destroyed and created, right, wrong, good, bad, for all and shots, boys, girls.
Yeah.
Truth, are you looking for the wrongness of you?
No, no.
What are you looking for, Mikita?
As I said, I want to access that part where I can see my desires and those
You
things.
want to
Mihana.
access that because of what? Like what is the motivation for accessing that?
To know more about that part,
Which part?
the underneath things, as I said, which I have left somewhere long back in my childhood, because I feel everybody has got some kind of stories in their mind, which I
You're looking for a story?
not story, but my imaginations probably what I could be having at some point of time.
What if you could just choose it?
All right.
I mean, I know people hate it. I used to hate it. Whenever I would attend all these calls, and they was like, it's just a choice. I wanted to like kill the facilitator. What is wrong
No,
with you? If I knew what choice was, I wouldn't be attending this call. Like, please don't tell me to fucking.
no, it's not at all like that.
What would you like to create your life as, Mikita? It does not matter what anyone else is choosing, not choosing, creating, not creating. You're doing a lot of hard work for nothing. Everything that is, can you destroy and uncreate that? Right,
Yeah,
Robert, that pot online shots, boys, beyond, rather than asking, okay, sorry, I've been asked to speak slowly. I'm going to try
yeah.
to speak slowly. So, how much Well, what kind of life and reality and living would you like to choose? Would you like to create that would be fun for you? This is where you ask the questions of what is my reality? What would that
Mm,
look like? What would that feel like? What would that be like if I didn't have to use the reference points of fairy tales? If I
mm,
didn't have to use the reference points of the people around me? If I didn't have to create my life as everybody else is creating it, what would I like to choose? And even if you do want to create your life exactly as other people are creating it, there's nothing wrong with that either. What
mm.
would you like to choose?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not 6 years old or 7 years old anymore.
Mm, mm.
Like you have choice. You've grown up, you've seen the world. You know what works for you, you know what doesn't work for you. And how much of your life have you already created from the space of what works for you and what doesn't work for you that you're not
Mm.
acknowledging, that if you were to acknowledge would give you ease with having a reality that's different from everyone else's.
Yeah.
It's like everyone wants to create a reality that's different from everyone else's. You've created it and you're like, what is wrong with me?
So true. So damn true. Yeah. So ultimately, it's finding the wrongness, as you always say. Good.
Oh, really? Did I say that?
Yeah.
So anyway,
Thanks.
all of you are looking for the wrongness of you
Mm,
rather than just choosing what works for you. Could you please, everything that doesn't allow you to know, be, perceive, receive what works for you in
mm.
relationships, in life, in family, with your bodies, with your business, can you please destroy and uncreate that?
Yes.
Right, everywhere about online shorts boys means everywhere you're trying to fit it into a box of fairy tales, right? Like how much of fairy tales and curses is also a box that you're trying to fit your life into, that oh, Cinderella, now let me create my life as that. Or oh, whatever, let me create my life as that, rather than really like what if anything is fucking possible and anything is just a choice away. And it's not like okay, you sit at home and make a choice and everything just happens. It's also like what choice, change, action, what do I need to do? What do I need to be differently to create that with total ease? And that begins with having clarity about what you want your reality to be like. So, what kind of reality would you like to create? What kind of reality can you create that no one else can create? What have you come here to contribute that no one else can contribute? What do you know that no one else knows? What can you choose that no one else can choose? What is possible for you that is not possible for anyone else? I can go on and on. Everything that doesn't allow you to know, be perceive, perceive that. Could you please
Yeah.
destroy, created, right, wrong, good, bad, pop, online shorts, boys, and beyonds.
Thank you.
Welcome. Shubhangi is saying it's not a coincidence that so many women on this call. I don't even know who else. I guess we're all women. Okay, Shikha's.
Neha has a question.
Yeah, just let me quickly read through the post and then I will open it up to questions. Shikha is saying, today I came across a post where a lady was stabbed to death for choosing her life and career over being a housewife. And it just brought up so much for me. I feel that's a justification, maybe weird. I'm bringing this up now. It just popped out of the blue. Is that one? Is that one? So, how much are you not creating and choosing your life because you're scared someone's going to stab you to death? And how many lifetimes have you been stabbed to death because you were a warrior woman and you chose your life beyond the confines of the society and everything that doesn't allow you to now choose it? Because I mean, is I don't know what can I say on a Zoom call that's going to go on other social media platforms where what if even that is just a choice? I would rather live a life on my terms and be stabbed to death if that's, I mean, that's also a choice, rather than live a life that other people are creating for me and choosing for me and then die happily rather than living miserably and dying happy. I don't know what I just said. Everything that is can be destroyed and uncreated, right from good, bad, pot, power, online shots, boys, and beyond. Uh, Thank you, Nambo, for that information. You can apparently slower the speed when it gets uploaded on YouTube. Sonal is asking what is choice and how to choose in every 10 seconds. Shika is saying, I did. Okay. Yes, Neha. I don't know if you're still here because your video is off. Are you here, Neha? Neha, Earth calling. Earth calling Neha. Neha Agrawal. Don't know. And she's put her hand down. Subhagi, what's your question?
So when you were saying that, are you looking for your own wrongness? Like this question came to me. Am I looking for my own wrongness, or am I just aware of other people's judgments about me? So yeah, that. Are we truly looking for our own wrongness? Like I don't think so. Like yeah.
Do you believe those judgments are true?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. Yeah, sometimes.
So everyone who thought other people's judgments of you as true, can you please destroy and uncreate that?
Yes.
Chocolate by Popcorn and shots for his feet. But
Thank you for
Shubhangi,
that.
yes, Shubhangi will never be that. And apply this for all of you, that how much has society, right? She's translating. She needs me to speak slowly because she's translating. Okay, I'm gonna speak. For people who've attended my calls know how difficult this is for me to speak slowly. Slow. This is what happens when I speak slowly, I start stuttering. Autism of a different kind. Or is it something else? Anyway, so what have people defined you as and judged you as that you're not? And what have people defined you and judged you as you are not that you are? And everything that doesn't allow you to know that, can you perceive that, receive that? Would an infinite being be only something and not be something else? So everything that is right, wrong, good, bad, pot, all line, shots, boys, beyonds. And like the other part of like going into wrongness is, or people judging you as wrongness is, then you want to prove to them that their judgments is wrong. So how much energy are you then putting it into their universe? And the resistance and reaction to their judgments then creates it as a reality anyway, because you're putting energy into it rather than just going like, oh, you know what? Screw you, fuck you. Thank you for the information. I'm going to go be me anyway.
So you see how big of a loop this is in, like a cycle. How do you go beyond it, Prerna? Like truly.
What is my reality? And what if you can be a different person every day? Basic, the most basic. Who am I today? Who am I today? What grand and glorious adventures can I have and receive today? Oh, and on that note, what if your life can be an adventure and not a fairy tale? So, what adventure of a life and a living can you now choose that would take you beyond the limitations of a fairy tale and everything that doesn't allow you to actualize that, choose that, create that, be that, know that, perceive that, receive that? Could you please destroy and uncreate that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, online, shorts, boys. So, how many adventures are you not having, Shubhangi, that you could be having? And how much fun could you be having that no matter who judges you, like, yeah, thanks, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna be leaving my college then. You won't see me studying psychology.
And what do you know about psychology that no one else knows? What can you create with psychology that no one else has ever created before? And what allowance can you be for judgments beyond? I mean, we are taught that, judgments are significant. What if you could reteach yourself that they're not? So, everywhere you've made judgments significant and specifically judgments of you significant, can you please destroy and uncreate that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pog, online, short, squares, and beyonds. It's a learned behavior, right? Oh my God, I'm using psychology language.
Oh my
That's
god, yeah.
cool. Yes, Shipra.
So what I wanted to ask is that when you're talking about fairy tales, you ask this question, right? Like for me, it's not Cinderella or like any of these fairy tales showing up, but then it's so funny, something so like bizarre. What's showing up is that how much do we, like so many of us, right? Like when even when it comes to our life and choosing who we want to be, what we want to work as, right? That all is also so much from the reference points that exist, right? So for the longest time, I kept
thinking, okay, that even when I was studying in college, doing my engineering, that okay, after this, I'd like to do MBA. That was like a dream. And that too, not from any college, but yeah, I'd like to go to IIMs or maybe to INSEAD or one of the, best colleges. And it was only, after I got like 2 years back after coming to Access, and then I really got present because I didn't really get to doing it or choosing it. I asked a question, is that even fun for me? And then the answer was no. So is that also like a fairy tale, or is that something similar? Or is that different?
Is there a background noise? I think there's a background noise. I think it's Seema. Uh, something on Seema's end. Sakshi, Manisha, could you ask Seema to either leave and join again? Oh, sorry. So, what can you choose now, Shipra? You think you wasted away your life?
No, it's not just me, right? I'm also thinking that like so many of us, it's so unfair, right? Like most people, they just spend their lives until they actually come to a point where they explode. Either they are settling or they are really, coming to a point. And the reason is that, right, that you are not able to break free from this whole reference point, or it's like,
Okay, there are quite a few things here. A, I want you to reread the page on the foundation manual where it talks about empathy, sympathy, altruism. Okay, that's one
yeah.
part of it. Second part of it is people choose what they choose, even if they have no idea what choice is. People are choosing their lives and how it's showing up. It's a concept beyond. I mean, it's a little hard to grasp because you wouldn't choose it. You're like, why would they choose it? Like I came into Access, and like you said, you came into Access and you realized I wouldn't have chosen that had I known this earlier.
Yeah.
People choose what they choose because they choose what they choose.
Okay. Yeah, I got that.
And it has nothing to do with you choosing what you choose because you choose what you choose. You made a different choice. You're like, yeah, this life is too boring for me. I'm going to go do this crazy thing called access consciousness. And I'm going to start making some different choices. And then somewhere along the way, maybe you did make different choices. So what different choices can you now make that you're too scared to make, that if you were to make it, would inspire other people to choose different?
Wow. Okay.
And what inspiration can you be for your family and friends? Because you're choosing a life that works for you.
The world, family and friends is too small. It
Everything but
doesn't.
doesn't allow that. Right? Good, bad, pot pop, online shots, boys and girls. We do have one man here, I think, Harish G. It was all women.
Yes, yes.
Oh, we have Dattu here too. We have two men. And some other men that I don't know. Anyway, so do you guys have any other questions? Should we wrap it up? Anything else you guys want to explore while we are at it? Go for it. HP's iPhone. Don't know who that is. Can't hear you.
Hi dear, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Hello first. For me, I know that I had a lot of conclusions about divorced women in Arab countries, a lot of conclusions from my family about women has daughters or son and they are divorced, something like that. And I destroy and uncreate all of that. I'm working now for 1 year on all of that. But no one as I want show in my life. People show up, but not what I want.
So where can you go? Where there's so when you say how much of the judgment of divorce?
Sorry again.
There's
Hello?
on mute. I'm here. I'm here. Just 1 second. I just need to
Yeah,
mute.
okay.
There's some noise coming from somewhere. Could you guys figure out? Okay, so how much of where did Rania go? Oh, yeah, you are. So how
Yes.
much of your judgments that you're making yours about divorced women is actually because of where you're living, and it's people's judgments of women that are divorced that you're making yours. Everything that is, can you destroy and uncreate it?
Yes, please.
Right, for good, bad, pot, and shorts, boys, men. So what if you chose to go somewhere where there were lesser judgments of women that were divorced? So where can you go?
I don't know what else is possible.
Ask like which country would like to have me, which place would like to have me, and where can I go that would be easier on my body?
Yes, please.
Everything that doesn't allow you to know, be perceived, receive that with total ease. Can you please destroy and uncreate that?
Yes, yes,
Like
yes.
good, bad, pot, online shorts, boys, and beyonds.
Thank you, dear.
Welcome. Yes, Shubhangi, do you have a question? Yes, no?
I just thought that was so cool how you asked where could you go where there are less judgments. We never asked that.
I mean, like when, yeah. Also, like, because maybe where Rania is living, like, it's probably going to take a while for people to, be a little more open-minded with women and being divorced and stuff like that. And then what if you can choose to be somewhere else where that judgments are not that significant, you know? Because then it becomes like this, like it's like almost like everybody in that land has the same judgment and then doesn't let you breathe. It doesn't let you, choose beyond that and doesn't. Uh, and what contribution can you be to the land and to the people, Rania? That what invitation can you be, and that would change that? Even if it means 50 years down the line, what invitation, what energy, space, consciousness can you be?
Yes, 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 yes. And what's required to spread all of these non-judgments in all Arab countries? Yes, thank you.
Yep, yep. HP's iPhone, it's your turn. Still can't hear you. You're on mute. Let me unmute you. Can't unmute you. You'll have to unmute yourself.
Hello.
Oh my God, we have a voice. Yes. Hi.
Thank you, universe. Hello, Prerna. Basically, I've done my foundation recently, 2-3 months back,
Yep.
and he has also got a license to start my access. I've become BF, bus facilitator. But now, from last 2-3 months, I'm finding myself like open shut. There's something where I'm getting the awareness also of something is manifest into the manifestation. Like I've achanak say suddenly I am off to my all pujas and I'm not doing puja. I'm not sensing anything to be connected, or there is something impression of darkness, or there is something very uh, abundance and very beautiful has to come. I'm really into the double mind, or I can say I don't know what is going on, but I am somewhere in that particular stagnant level. And what is that energy? I'm getting the awareness, still I'm not getting the awareness. What is that I'm not getting?
Okay. So it's not really applicable for this call because this call is really, I mean, if you're talking about creating an access business, this is not really
No,
the.
no, no, no. It's not about the access creating business.
Okay.
It's about something what it's all few months back. It was like a very beautiful story and it was full of joy, things going on. And suddenly I'm
Give
finding,
it up. Did
sorry,
you give it up? Did you give it up?
somewhere. Yeah.
You can just choose it again. Okay,
Okay.
on that note, right? So when I announced this called Fairy Tales, by the way, guys, all of you that are still on the call, this is a prelude, or like an introduction to what is actually going to. I want to take this forward into I'm doing facilitating a call on a book called Fairy Tale Family. It's going to be 6 calls. This is the kind of conversations we will be having more of on that book club. If you have a family, attend the call. If you're in a relationship, attend the call. If you would like to have a family, attend the call. If you would like to have a relationship, attend the call, right? So this was supposed to be an introduction to that book club. But however, when I was creating this Zoom call, this Fairy Tale and Curses is what actually wanted to get created. And then I was like, oh my God, now what do I do with this? Do I talk about entities? Do I talk about ancestors? Do I talk about families? Do I talk about romantic relationships? And do I talk about black magic? And, like taking into like this conversation can go in a lot of ways in a lot of different areas. But however, the topic of curses and black magic is spoken about in depth in a Talk to the Entities beginning class. It's not really something that I can address in this conversation because we have a lot of people from different backgrounds here. Maybe people have not done any access. So it's really not the right space to talk about black magic and curses. If you guys have any specific questions and have you done a talk? I'm sorry, what is your name?
My
Like,
name is Mamta, and I'm also new to hear this fairy and curses. I actually saw the things, and I thought that I should actually hear this. It was a very strong calling. I want to hear this. What is
yeah.
that? I'm too new to this. What to know about the fairy and curses?
So it's just a call. It's but we are doing like a proper book club called Fairy Tale Family, which is 6 calls. But this is just an introduction call. However, we went way beyond an introduction on this call,
Yes.
as it happens usually with me. Um, you might want to open up, Mamta, a little bit more about your entity awareness, and you might want to start approaching that from there. But more than that, like before that, everywhere you gave up that joy, can you destroy and uncreate that?
Yes.
Light
Yeah.
choice purple, light shots poison the earth. What if you could just pick it up and choose it again?
Yes. Okay. I'll do that.
You
I'll
read,
choose this.
you've done a foundation. You have a beautiful manual with you. Reread the manual of foundation. Open up to a random page. Use that tool. Please, if you've done a foundation, I think there's nothing. I mean, you've got a manual full, block full of like tools and processes in it that addresses exactly what you're talking about. Like, because when we do these access consciousness classes, it creates like this wave of possibility, and it creates this joy, and it creates this exuberance of living, and it creates a different possibility. But you have to consistently keep choosing it. Even if you don't attend another access class, you've got to still keep consistently choosing it. And a choice
Yeah.
is a choice only as long as it's a choice. If you give it up, then giving it up is also a choice.
Okay.
Re-listen to your
Okay.
recordings foundation class. Maybe something will open up. Just a choice, mom.
Sure. Yeah. Yes. Sure.
Cool.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you, Prerna.
thank you. On that note, ladies and the few gentlemen, thank you so much for being on the call. If you would like to get more information on the Fairy Tale Family Book Club, you can reach out to Shubhangi, Manisha, Sakshi, me. If you require anything else, hit me up. I think all of you have my number. You're a part of the WhatsApp group. And thank you for being on the call. Lots of love. Bye.